My name is Michaela Schaefer and I'm a student at Olentangy Liberty High School, but I'm also a part of the Zoo School program here at the Columbus Zoo through the Delaware Area Career Center. Throughout this year I've been completing an internship here at the Pachyderm building with the Asian elephants and black rhinos. With this experience, it has intrigued me to do my senior research project on large mammal welfare in zoos and aquariums around the world. This experience has educated me about the field of zoology and what steps are taken to provide the best care for animals in captivity. The Asian elephants and black rhinos are some of the most unique mammals that roam the earth. These animals are considered large mammals or pachyderms, and in the wild, they're almost critically endangered or almost extinct. Looking back on your childhood, I bet you remember the experience you had when you first went to the zoo and saw the elephant for the first time. Elephants and rhinos are one of the main attractions when coming to zoos and aquariums because of their sheer size and different personalities. However, there has been some backlash on why large mammals like elephants or rhinos should be in captivity and if this is benefiting them or hurting them in the wild. Elephants and rhinos across the US are housed in all different types of zoos and aquariums. These zoos and aquariums are held to the highest standard by the AZA, or the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. What is the AZA? The AZA, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, set high standards for zoos and aquariums for animal welfare. The mission statement for the AZA is, the Association of Zoos and Aquarium Standards provide the best practice and program coordination to be leaders in animal welfare, public engagement, and conservation of species. The AZA is always updating their policies to make the workplace safer for the keepers, guests, and also the animals. In the world of zoos and aquariums, they take animal welfare as one of their #1 priorities. What is animal welfare, you ask? Animal welfare is the treatment of all animals in captivity, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. A lot of thought and communication goes through the AZA and also zoos around the country to provide the animals with guidelines on welfare and ethical standards. Some people have a negative perception on zoos and why large mammals like elephants and rhinos should be in captivity. For example, a zoo may have good intentions of putting these animals in captivity, but why would you put them in captivity when they could have a better life out in the wild? Because of the restricted space in captivity, some mammals do act differently in captivity rather than how they would in the wild. Some of these behaviors can be observed by guests while in the zoo. For example, bar chewing, swaying, head bobbing, pacing, and any other interactions that are abnormal to that species. But what zoos do to compensate for that is they provide the animals with enrichment. Enrichment is anything that stimulates the brain. According to Mindy Scott at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, enrichment helps our animals stay mentally and physically stimulated. It can be something like scattering treats or grain to allow them to forage, using feeding devices to present their grain or hay in a different way, using scents to stimulate their olfactory senses, or giving them physical toys to manipulate. During my internship here at the Columbus Zoo, every day we would do hay nets as enrichment for the elephants. We use hay nets so we can change the position of the hay that the elephants eat. This helps stimulate the brain and promote exercise of the trunk and neck muscles. Enrichment is also used to entertain guests and have them be more engaged with the animals. On certain holidays like Halloween in the Packader building, they bring pumpkins out for the elephants to smash and eat. And this is really entertaining for the guests and children because they think it's so cool that the elephants are eating pumpkins during Halloween. Also, on certain animals' birthdays, they make papier-mâché presents for them to open and smash. And inside these presents there can be scents and food to make them rip open the gifts and find what's in it. Another thing that's important to the zoo and zoological associations is making the guests connect with the animals through exhibit design. During one of my interviews, I got the pleasure to talk with one of the head curators of Heart of Africa and Pachyderms, Adam Feltz. In my interview with Adam Feltz, he told me that their goal is for visitors to make a connection with the elephants and other species. And exhibit design is important for that. We want visitors to see natural behaviors, active animals, healthy animals, which all have to do with exhibit design. While I was completing my internship at the Columbus Zoo and the aquarium, the animal care staff decided to renovate the indoor gang room. It used to be all concrete floors, but now they took out all the concrete and it's this big, ginormous sandbox. This is beneficial for the elephants' health and well-being because during the winter months they're inside for long periods of time, and walking on the concrete hurts their joints. But now with the sand, it is softer on their joints, so they can be more active indoors during the winter months. With this new exhibit design, the elephants get a more realistic sense on what it would be like to be in the wild. For example, guests would always ask me what the sand would be for, so this would intrigue guests' interest into the Asian elephants and what they could do to help with conservation efforts. During my internship, I got to also observe many different kinds of training sessions that would go on in the Packader building. These training sessions would include footwork, blood draws, ultrasounds, and overall physical health examinations. When talking to Matt Davis, he said training is necessary for husbandry and elephants. Baths, footwork, checking feet and teeth are required daily. Training for blood draws helps monitor health in pregnancy. Some training can include enrichment for fun for the keepers and also the elephants. During my internship here at the Columbus Zoo, I got to experience some of these fun enrichment items they do with the rhinos. They would put paint on one of the rhino's lips, and I would hold up a canvas and they would say, "Rosie, paint," and she would use her lip and she would paint on the canvas. They use these canvases for conservation funds to help raise money for rhino and elephant conservation. Many people think there's nothing they can do to help animals in captivity, but that's exactly the opposite. One of the things that guests can do is come and visit their local AZA accredited zoo. By doing this, you promote good mammal welfare in zoos, and also you donate to a nonprofit organization where the money raised goes to help animals and conservation around the world. If not in the field of zoology, but with anything in life, if you have a passion for something, pursue it with all your heart, because someday that passion may turn into reality. In the words of Walt Disney, all of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Thank you for watching my TED Talk, and Asante Sana and Kwaherini, which means thank you and go well.